Hold up. Hey. Hot topic.
Before we get into the hot topic, man, we need y'all to hit that like and subscribe if you have not, and hit that notification bell, man, for we dig into this very interesting hot topic, man. Once again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed to Not the Same Podcast, and hit the notification bell. Even you sneaker peekers, even if you sneak in to hate and hit the like button with your hating selves. You know what I'm saying? Do all those things. Go ahead. All right. Here's the subject for tonight. When black men say they date outside of their race because black women's expectations are unrealistic, is it valid? Once again, I know it was long. Listen close. When black men, that's why I got it up there on the screen so you can see it as well. When black men say they date outside of their race because black women's expectations are unrealistic, is it valid? Mr. Davis, let's go.
There's layers to this question.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases, it's valid. You dig what I'm saying? In some cases, it's on my dude. You dig what I mean? And this is what I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
If you are chasing and hitting the DM of every thick sister that you see on Instagram, and you hitting up the Instagram models, and this is what I mean by this. You're hitting up the Instagram models and you hitting the DMs, and now their expectations is high-end stuff, because that's what they're on.
Mm-hmm.
And you're jumping up there, or you're flashing your money in order to grab high-end type women, or even for women, you're trying to grab that man with all the money, because it's two ways. But the reason we're talking about this, because black men seem to get the most shame when they decide to go outside their race. And it's a lot of layers to this.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of layers to this conversation. And please, ladies, gentlemen, hop in that conversation and let us know what you think in that.
Mm-hmm.
It's valid depending on what court you're going in. Are the expectations unrealistic? Yes, and I believe the social media has placed that out there, that a man's supposed to do all of these things, and he's supposed to bring all this to the table, and he's supposed to be all of that. And in some cases, ladies, I want you to hear me, because this is not a blanketed statement. In some cases, because of how some black women are raised, they're raised to be independent, where other races are raised to be submissive more so, where, okay, this is what I'm bringing to the table, baby, help me. And it's not you supposed to provide for me. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine, and I'm going shopping, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that. Now, you could say it's the extreme, but I work around a lot of people, and I hear a lot of conversations, and the only thing I can say is I'm trying to unpack this so it doesn't look like I'm just trying to stereotype black women, or I'm attacking black women, because that's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is I understand the validity of some black men when they do try to just get a sister. And the sister that he's going for is just, that's what she wants. He's not looking for the right one. And then we'll get back to it. I know that was long because I'm trying to tiptoe, but eventually I'm going to cannonball on into this pool, and it's just going to be what it is, like we do every topic. But go ahead, bro.
My general statement before I start this: you can date whoever you want, love it, any color you want. You know what I'm saying? That's up to you. You're a black man, you want a white woman, that's fine. Asian, whatever, that's up to you.
Flat out.
But to the question here, I think in general it can happen because of social media, period. So social media presents false reality. You feel what I'm saying? So when I say social media presents false reality, whoever you're looking at, because you made mention of Instagram ladies or whatever, whoever you're looking at may be draped out in the best, you know what I'm saying, got all these followers, got sponsorships to post and all that, and you hop in the DMs and you trying to talk or whatever, and you may think from the pictures like, yo, this is how I gotta come, because they're presenting that. Well, them on the ladies on the other end, they be like, well, I just want someone genuine and valid and all that. But what you're presenting is not what you're presenting in yourself is not going to attract that, because what you present is what you attract. So it goes both ways. So for the man, if you're trying to get this, you know, it's like, okay, I want this high standard, high quality, biblical, but fine woman, right? But you're presenting you are a carousing hoe ninja. You know what I'm saying? Lack of better words, that you're dip with anything that move. If you're presenting that, don't be surprised that you don't attract it. So I think it's more into who you are, is what you're gonna bring to you. I think nobody should be ridiculed for dating outside their race. But I think no man should make the excuse. I think it's weak, because I think black women get hated on. And these two men on this screen are married to black women. So, and it shouldn't be offensive that we say we're married to black women. We're proud that we married to black women. That's a choice. You choose who you marry. You feel what I'm saying? But with that being said, I think it's very weak for a man to say what's up on there. Well, I just went to a white woman, or I just went to another race because this black woman's expectations are too unrealistic. Well, you ain't went to every black woman in the world. You maybe just picked the wrong one. Maybe get off of Instagram, go to church and find one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe go to work and find somebody. You just, it's too blanket of a statement to do that. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, now it's time to dive in. All right, so here go to realistic. The lames that messed up the game, folks. If you're not married, let me tell you how the lames that messed up the game. Mm-hmm. Because you got this L7 square cat who then took listen to what I'm saying, who then took a 2. And I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about, old girl, she may be bad, but her attitude got her at a 2, 5 at the most. But because this lame that spent all this money, now she expects every person that comes that way to come to her that way. Mm-hmm. And then the black man, now he weak, and now he's blaming the way he did what he did, I got to go elsewhere. Or it's the fact that we do have strong black women. And some of these sapsuckers are just jellybacks. And the moment somebody say something back to them, they can't have it, and they don't want their woman to have an opinion. Right. That's why I said there's layers to this. Now, on the other side of the game, the L7 women, the ones who are expecting the world, and you don't have nothing. Your stuff not in order, but you want everything your way. And this is what I mean. Hey, we going out. We're going to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Remember, that was a big thing a couple of years ago. We're going to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Right. I want to go to Capitol Grill. I want to go to, you know what I'm saying? I want to go to 801 Chop House. Like, chop who? You better
chop, all right. Chop you off the list.
You know what I mean? And then it's like, but you see this, and it's sad, because what I feel like it's doing, honestly, and this is the deeper end of it, is breaking up the black family home and the structure of it, where it makes it seem like black women's expectations are unrealistic, when in reality, they want what any other woman wants. Now, what I will say now, how they're brought up is a little different. Black women are sometimes, mainly because it's a single parent home, are brought up to be independent. They got to take care of the sister and the siblings and this and this. And so they're a lot more independent, where in other cultures, the women are brought up to be this way. And it's just a fact. And if you think I'm hating on my black women, then you're not looking in the mirror and being realistic about this conversation. It's the way that we're raised, but we're taught that way to be raised. We're taught that way on the come up. You dig? You don't need because it's negativity because of trauma. And that's where it comes from. So mama got hurt by her baby daddy or by her ex-husband. You don't need a man for this. If you do get a man, you better make sure that man do X, Y, Z. If he can't do nothing for you, you don't need him. You can do it on your own, yada, 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 yada. And then it breaks down, and then sometimes that gets stuck in the mindset. Yeah. But there's a lot of women, black women, who know how to ride for a real man. Now, that's the other L7. One word, stop depending on your money. That's the problem. You don't know how to be a man. You still acting like a little bitty kid. You dig what I mean? Go ahead, bro, because that one to go in.
I think a lot of this is a response to, and I am this type of guy. Man got to be man. You know what I'm saying? Man got to take responsibility for our actions, the things that we did. I don't know many black men who ain't got a granddaddy that was in them streets in some type of way. And when I'm talking about, like, in the streets for the ladies, you know what I'm saying? At one point. Now, about time he was granddaddy and you was grown, he settled down and he with grandma. But I can talk to my dad and listen to stories of how his dad was. And, his dad had his family, his mama as a wife, and one street over had a whole nother house, whole nother wife, whole nother set of kids. this was like very coming back in those days. That's when dudes
Yeah, it
used to
was.
pop on women and all that. A lot of these things that we're seeing now are a response to the kids being raised from that was granddaughters and grandkids and daughters of those type of situations. So they were engaging their young ones to protect them in theory. Now what's happened is a perversion of that, and it just went too
Yeah.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a woman have a right to be independent. I think a woman have a right to go make her money. I think a woman have a right to have standards and not just take any old thing. I think they are well in their rights for that. I
Absolutely.
think they're well in their rights to make a dude climb some monkey bars, so to speak, before he just get the whole house. So if you get what I'm getting at, you know what I'm saying? I think they are well in their rights. But I think when it gets to like the point of what you're saying, I don't want no Cheesecake Factory. Take me to Capitol Grill. Okay, those are miles apart of level of restaurants. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you take your wife to Capitol Grill. You ain't taking nobody on first date to Capitol Grill unless you like an NBA player where you just pissing away money. But for a normal everyday dude that makes six figures and below, bro, you ain't finna trick off Capitol Grill money the first date. You don't even know where this gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know your middle name, one word. You want me to take you to Capitol Grill? Do you even know how to eat a steak right? You probably eat that joint well done. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to a real steakhouse. Get out of my face. Anyway, go ahead, bro. Talking about, yeah, I want mine well done. You don't know. You ain't supposed to be up in here. And you know I ain't lying. Anybody really eat steak and know how to eat a steak don't ask for well done. You eating a piece of leather. You might as well be eating a shoe. You ain't got no flavor. Go ahead, brother. I'm about to spit out my drink.
Hey, y'all forgive me. No, but I mean, I think the getting on black men and you do see it, but I think the reason why black women get on those black men because typically when they do that, they're down in black women on why they don't mess with women. Yeah. And that be the issue going on why black women have a problem with it. Now, if you over there and it's like, no, this is just what I choose to do. I ain't got nothing against my sisters. It's just this is what I want to do. Right. And then, you know, I respect, salute. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I have several interracial relationship marriages in my family.
Me too.
Love them to life. You dig what I'm saying? Like, look, y'all do y'all thing. They happy. Y'all do what you do. I'm gonna support you to the fullest, and I wish somebody would speak ill of it.
Yeah.
But none of them are downing this, that, or the third. The problem, again, it comes to what you put out there is what you're gonna attract. C said that a minute ago. Yeah. So if all you doing is you don't have no sense of whatever, and all you doing is trying to throw your cash, or you're not taking care of your responsibilities, and so you want to go somewhere where you can just run over somebody, and because this person not gonna hold you accountable, so be it. But then on the trauma side of situations, it's like, all right, get to know a person. I think the problem now is the moment, like you said, the moment you meet them, it's like, oh, our first date, why we going here? Like, walk in the park for a minute, have a conversation, know what they talking about. Like, do some old school romantic stuff if that's what you're doing on the dating side of things, and get to know the person. If the first thing coming out your mouth is, well, you know this person for a month, and it's like, you think I can get $50 so I can pay this bill? What was you doing before I got in your life? No. Like the last couple of one words is giving you these 50s and here and there. Yeah. So it's a turnoff. Or you trying to use the person for what they have. Every time you get it, it's always gimme. And so some black men with money be like, nah, I'm cool on that. But again, it's the trauma of how you were raised. Some people, other cultures just raise their daughters different. And it's probably because dad was there to show, hey, this is how you treat a woman. Like how I do, you know how I do my voice. This is how you're going to treat a woman. You're going to open up doors. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. You're going to talk respectful. You're not going to put your hands on them. You do that. And then you train them up in the way they should go. Now, and then other stuff, they just doing what their friends doing and falling into peer pressure. If I'm wrong, y'all can come in here. You dig what I'm saying? And say what you need to say. but there's nothing wrong with having a strong, independent black woman. Nothing wrong with it. Now, strong, independent black woman, you're going to have to learn how to be submissive sometime. Can't no mother tell me what to do. Like, hold on. Now y'all in a relationship. Let that man lead. And if he's leading right, just give him an opportunity. Now, brother, if she corrects you because you're doing something wrong with the finances, you ain't keeping the house upkeep, then you don't get mad and leave. Oh, she tripping. No, one word, get on your game.
Right.
That's where the conversations come in at.
Yeah.
And I think social media does have it like that. Like, let me tell y'all something. It's a bunch of stuff going viral with these Instagram models when they take that makeup off, and D said it in the comments. That is not who you see when you wake up the next morning. You dig what I mean? And it wasn't tequila. It was Ulta. It was Ulta. That's what that was. It made her feel that way. Or so, what is it, Sephora? So go ahead, bro.
Ulta and Sephora. D said some man don't know how to court. That is a very true point.
There it is. That is very true. Can you explain what courting is for the men on this show right now that don't know what a court is?
It's when you're trying to date a woman, but you don't go straight out with it. You get to know them. You talk to them. You may even be their friend for a minute. You may let them know, hey, you're interested, but hey, I'm gonna get to know you first. You take your time. You know what I'm saying? In the old days, they took their time. They didn't just come up and be like, yo, what's good? And that is the problem with the exchange type of dating. And what I mean by that, okay, for my date, I need this level of restaurant, this type of this and this type of that. Okay, if you did an exchange, guess what the dude want? Okay, I invested in this. I'm trying to get an ROI, trying to get a return on his investment for investing into somebody. When you date like that, I don't think that's good. When you dating on, okay, hey, I'm interested in you, I'm interested in you. Let's see where this goes, and you take your time. It can be good. Or furthermore, you can date on, okay, the Lord brings somebody to you, and you busy while doing something. Whether you busy doing something for God or you just busy at work, you're working, and then you run into somebody. It's a lot different than you like, hey, I heard they out here tonight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody said that. I said that in Memphis. People in St. Louis said that. Hey, I heard they be over here. You just out there on the prowl. That's very different than like, okay, I'm
way different than what we talking about on this
very,
topic.
very different when you courting or you're about your business. You somewhere making money. That's very, very different. So, but I think, I'm always put on the brothers, man. Brothers, we just got to come correct. And if that person don't appreciate it, then, God, there's more of them than us. That's what I say. They're everywhere. So you find somebody else.
Hey, black man, you looking for some women. Atlanta 10-1 right now, brother.
Yeah, you be careful though in Atlanta. Be careful in Atlanta because it may
you
look like a
careful,
woman.
But see, now that's a whole different topic.
Right.
I ain't about to mess with you.
And on that one, we're going to hold up and wait. Oh, go ahead, bro.
I'm going to say this last thing about that exchange. We going to go to the video. I'm not going to the Atlanta thing. I'm just saying the ratio of men to women. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Dating outside the race, when it all comes down to this, I don't care about that part. But ladies, if the expectations are unrealistic, you can't expect. If you're asking for all that and he turn around and he asks you for that, you can't get mad at it. Because at that point, it is unrealistic. Now, if we're talking about dogging him because he's dogging y'all, I don't blame you for being mad at that man. But if he's outside his race because he just choose not to because you don't know what it was, he may have grew up where he was rejected by this certain type of women his whole life. And this is just the type of women that found him attractive. And that's the route he went. There's layers to it, but we'll go all night talking about this topic. I see a lot of people wasn't really saying nothing. Them peekers just peeking on it. I'm sure we'll get inboxes later, but yeah, go ahead, bro. We can go ahead to that.
A lot of stuff that's going on now is very transactional, but it's got to make the transactional parts not to be so much about money. I mean, I think if you do a date, you should spend some money. You shouldn't just a walk in the park can be a first date, but I'm saying, that can be the introduction where it's courting or whatever. When you go on an official date, brother, wash your tail. You know what I'm saying? Put on some decent clothes and take whoever your prospective lady somewhere nice. It don't mean it got to be Capitol Grill. And I would judge it on me personally. If it's just telling me first day Capitol Grill, okay, it's letting you know where you at. Not saying because you may intend to go to I'm trying to think of a mid-tier nice restaurant like a Longhorn or something. You know what I'm saying? Just a decent restaurant where you can go with a friend, or it could possibly be a date. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. and you may attend to do that, and they be like, nah, let's go to these Applebee's. You gonna be like, say word? You know what I'm saying? I get this 2 for $2 or 2 for $20, whatever it was. But you know, you just gotta be.